Thank you for having me here. I am deeply honored. As an experienced teacher for almost 20 years, I would be more than glad to share what I know. To continue, number 5, be open with students about your expectations and the purposes of the assignments. Students respond better to writing projects when they understand why the project is important and what they can learn through the process of completing it. Be explicit about your goals for them as writers and why those goals are important to their learning. Additionally, talk with students about methods of assessment. Next is, do not burden students with excessive feedback. Our instinct as teachers, especially when we are really interested in students' writing, is to offer as many comments and suggestions as we can. However, providing too much feedback can leave students feeling daunted and uncertain where to start in terms of revision. So try to choose one or two things to focus on when responding to a draft. Offer students concrete possibilities or strategies for revision. Another is allow students to maintain control over their paper. Instead of acting as an editor, suggest options or open-ended alternatives that students can choose for their revision path. Help students to learn, assess their own writing, and the advice they get about it. Number 8 is purposes of responding. We provide different kinds of response at different moments, but we might also fall into a kind of default mode, working to get through the papers without making a conscious choice about how and why we want to respond to a given assignment. So, it might be helpful to identify the two major kinds of response we provided. The first type is a formative response. It is response that aims primarily to help students develop their writing. It might focus on confidence building, on engaging the students in a conversation about their ideas or their writing choices, so as to help students to see themselves as a successful and promising writer. The second one is evaluative response. This response that focus on evaluation of how well a student has done and might be related to a grade. It might be used primarily on a final product or portfolio.